worry that you'll fall victim to like sort of overextending yourself? Or what if you just focused on one? What would that mean? I think I know your answer, but
So if I just focused on one, I would be worried about making the other, and I'm just talking about the community itself. Like if I just focused on the mentorship and ignored everything else, because the thing is, if I focus on just my mentorship, even though it's part of WeTrade HQ, that means I'm ignoring all the other members and community of WeTrade HQ because we have a free community. So if I'm just focusing on the paid people, then the people that are taking advantage of the free stuff, which I encourage people to take advantage of the free stuff, then I feel as if I'm not making them feel important enough because they're not paid members.
okay.
So I feel like there's a risk.
That's a fair point. I think that what I'm asking is a little bit different. So what I'm asking is like, do you ever wonder, like, is that the right approach, or should you have just not done all the other?
Oh.
And what if you spent one? Because I'm thinking about like, what if somebody came to us and they're like, hey, Brad and Christian, we want to, I want to talk to you. Like, you know, they're a young entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, and we're like, okay, what's your idea? Well, I want to do this and this and this and this, and this is how they all tie together. I don't know if our feedback would be like, yeah, go get them. We might say pick one and blow it out of the water.
But it never started off that way, though. You know, I could have focused all my energy on trading, and if I ignored everything else, then WeTrade HQ would exist. If I stop trading, how can I then be a mentor in a mentorship if I don't trade? You know, because there's I don't know. I can't just sit here and not trade another day in my life and be like, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know, manage your risk here and manage your risk there, and I haven't traded in 10 years. So that in and of itself doesn't make any sense. And maybe I could have dropped off of YouTube, but I think the other part of that is it's also creating a funnel and, you know, getting eyeballs on the WeTrade HQ itself.
Yep.
And so it just all works together. I don't know if I could actually let one drop off at this point, because if I did, then I would be missing a significant part of my business.
Yeah, that's true. This more philosophical.
What did you think I was going to say?
What did I think you were going to say? I thought you were going to say they complement each other and then they allow each other to
said
grow.
that.
Yeah. And they actually support each other and allow them to grow.
Yeah, that's a good word, support.
I don't know if mine so much do that. They do in a way, but not really, you know? And so yours do kind of tie together. But what if you just like said, hey, I don't want to do mentorship and I'm going to grow? We've talked about this as just do the CEO, and what value would that bring to the company?
I think eventually...
Unless I'm wrong. No, I'm never wrong.
Okay. So I think eventually, sorry mentorship peeps, that I'm going to have to let that go at some point, because I think that, and this is probably a ways off, so it's not like it's happening next week or next month or even next year, but I think that eventually, if this gets to a point to where we expect it to, I'm going to be needed in a much larger capacity from the business standpoint, because WeTrade HQ is my business, it's my baby, it's my community. So I think being able to provide value for community-wide, you know, demographic than just this little area over here will be important. Now, I don't think that Own the Chaos mentorship will go anywhere. I think what I foresee happening is that I'm going to be able to kind of have somebody take it over that I trust, that follows the same type of disciplines that I do, that I know that people can still connect with. I'm sure there will be a difficult transition period, because there's going to be a lot of diehard people that are going to be like, oh, well, Brad did this or Brad did that. There's going to be a lot of comparisons.
Yeah.
And that's a risk that I'm going to have to take. But I think that eventually it's going to come to a point to where I'm not going to be able to do all of it. I'm going to have to let one of them go. And I could foresee that happening, you know, and like I said, it won't be in the near future, but I could see it happening eventually.